Hey everybody, how y'all doing? So today I'm back. I just want to give a quick update on what's been going on in the Alexis Trevizo case. Her hearing for court, her trial is supposed to start October the 2nd, and there's new details coming out daily, different videos. The other day, I posted a video, and I kind of mentioned it a little bit. I really don't like to talk about this particular case because it involves a newborn child, which is very sensitive. A lot of people are going to be sensitive to this subject matter. Even I'm sensitive to this subject matter. So I don't like to really talk about what's happening in her case, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit today because it is a topic of conversation. A lot of people, have strong feelings about what happened in this case, and I want to be very respectful to um, Mrs. Trevizo. Excuse me, my phone. I want to be respectful to her as a young adult, and she has her trial coming up. I know there is a civil lawsuit, so that's something else that's ongoing. Also, I just want to, give a short update. I'm not going to talk so much about the video with the grandparents and allegedly the father of the newborn. You can watch it. It's pretty short. I want to focus more on the video that was released recently, and it is the medical staff that worked for the hospital. They were talking about pretty much what happened in the case, their experience, their firsthand knowledge, how everything kind of happened that day. Um, it's pretty startling because I'm sure with the medical staff, they have a lot of experience. They're familiar with pregnancy, women coming in. I'm sure they're used to delivering babies. I'm sure they're used to even dealing with a lot of miscarriages and even stillbirths. I think in this instance, because allegedly Mrs. Trevizo, she had the baby at the hospital and allegedly put the baby in the trash bag, it's probably something they're not expecting to experience because this is a hospital. This is where they're providing medical care. This is the place where you go if you have a medical need, if you have an emergency, if you're experiencing any pain, any medical issues. You're here. You're at the hospital. You're with staff. You're in emergency. You're registered as a patient. This is where you're able to get the care that you need. So I think the staff, they weren't prepared for what happened in the case. And I'm sure this was traumatizing for them, especially staff that had to go into the bathroom, which is described as blood everywhere, blood on the floor, blood on the walls, even the housekeeping staff that had to retrieve the baby's body out of the trash can, to the nurses and doctors that had to take the baby out of the bag, the trash bag, and try to perform life saving measures. This is a really, really sad case, something that should not have happened, didn't have to happen. You're able in some states to leave a baby at the hospital, to drop a child or a baby at the hospital, no questions asked. There's a lot of places, safe places, fire departments, police departments, hospitals, some religious buildings, churches. So it just seems like this is just something that did not have to happen. Excuse me, even the denial of the child's birth, even trying to detail and explain away, I'm still a virgin. I am not sexually active. Things like that, that she was trying to explain to her mother, just being in distraught. Her mind mentally totally disconnected to giving birth, having any emotion. These are not my words, but these are things that the medical staff said. So I just want to highlight just a few things that I found, um, particularly um, of interest to me. And I'm sure when the trial starts, these things will come up. So let's just go over a couple of things from the video. So one moment. It's with seasoned medical professionals. So this is a video that was done by Law and Crime. It's an excellent video. I'm not going to play the whole video. I'm just going to pick about 5 excerpts just to play to just detail. Again, it's about learning the mindset of people. Where was their mind? Where was their thoughts at? What were they thinking when they did something criminal, right? So the first thing that I want to play is how several different medical steps. I'm only going to play one out of this video. You can watch the full video. Please watch the full video that Law and Crime put out. Give them a like, give them a follow, because they've been following this case diligently and putting things together for people like me to review and go over, okay? So check their video out, the full video. It's under 20 minutes, so we're just going to review probably less than 2 minutes. Just some highlights, okay? So the first thing that I'm going to play is how different medical staff, they said that they were concerned about her. She went to the restroom. She said that she had to use the bathroom, and she was in there so long, probably approximately 20 minutes, they grew concerned. They started knocking on the door. They were asking her if she needed any help. Was she okay? Just showing concern. Different medical staff. So I'm going to play just a short a short clip of the staff saying that one staff person. I'm not going to play a bunch of them. So here we go. First clip, short clip.
2 and 3 times, I'm not exactly sure. And just get your paper towel dispenser.
Let's go back a little bit more.
And, flushing in.
So I was like, okay.
At some point, I went and kind of checked on and opened the door, seeing if she needed anything. She denied. She said she didn't need anything.
Did you hear anything?
I didn't hear anything.
Flush the toilet flush?
Yes, after a while, I started hearing. So I probably checked on her 2 and 3 times. I'm not exactly sure. I just kept hearing paper towel dispenser. And flushing and like the water running. Did she need anything? Denied anything in it. Eventually, it got to a point where I said, "You need to come out," and I asked the clerk to get the key to unlock the door, because obviously she locked the door to go to the restroom. And whenever we finally had the key to unlock it, she opened it and just kind of walked out.
And okay, so what this person is describing is she's in the restroom. She's been in there extended amount of time. The staff, they're concerned. They're knocking on the door. Excuse me. They're asking her, do you need anything? Is everything okay? We're growing concerned. And it got to a point where the staff just told her outright, we're just going to come in and open this door. We need to know what's going on. Is everything okay? At that moment, he had to go and get a key because she locked the door, of course. She went to the restroom. So once he was able to retrieve the key to unlock the door, she came out. Okay, so that's just one thing. I just want you to know some of her behaviors. So the next thing I'm going to go to is one of the staff, and I believe this was one of the housekeeping staff. They do the maintenance, the cleaning, maybe sweeping, sanitizing things, cleaning toilets, cleaning the sink, replacing tissue, paper towel, all those type of maintenance things to maintain the hospital, keeping it clean, things like that. So I'm calling it like a housekeeping or maintenance, however you want to see it. She's describing the bathroom. Multiple people described the bathroom, basically saying there was blood everywhere on the floor, on the walls. But I want you to hear housekeeping, so I'm going to go to that now. Like I said, watch the whole video if you have time. Just try to watch the whole video yourself, okay? So this is staff that was going to clean the bathroom.
Yeah.
Where the call button is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And on the floor, everywhere.
After okay, so let me back up a little bit.
Which didn't seem totally. So,
bloody?
Mhm. Yeah. And then there was like blood in the bathroom everywhere. So,
Exactly, what's the blood and how much?
it was like good amount. It was like on the floor.
Minutes later, cleaning staff arrived to wash up the bathroom.
I was called and to go clean the patient's bathroom in ER. I think 2 o'clock or so, I think it was the time, I'm not too sure. So when I went in there, there was a bloody massacre mess. Could you describe it if possible? Yeah, there was blood everywhere. There was blood on the floor, on the wall.
You remember which wall?
The one behind the toilet, and then the one on the side right here. You know, there's the one where the toilet sits, the back of that,
Yeah.
and then on the side.
Where the call button is?
Yeah,
Okay.
and on the floor, everywhere.
After cleaning the entire bathroom,
Okay, I apologize for the graphicness of the description, but these are things that you guys, we got to know. We have to know the truth. The staff are basically describing that she had blood dripping down her legs when she exited the restroom, returned to her room. That the bathroom was covered in blood on the floor, on the walls. Just an extremely disturbing scene. I'm sure it was hard for medical staff. I'm sure it was traumatizing for her, even though they have described her reaction as a lack of emotion. This is something that she will have to carry and live with for a long time. So let's move on. I want you to hear about how the umbilical cord was described. Now, this may be too much for you if you're not able to handle gory descriptions, things like this. If that is you, then you may want to, if you're watching this on replay, fast forward or click off now, okay, please. Okay, we're going to talk about the umbilical cord.
went to keep her pregnancy and birth a secret.
The umbilical cord looked like an animal had torn apart. Like, you know, if you ever eaten string cheese, and you know, when you twist it, that's how the bottom of the umbilical cord looked. I just remember it caught my eye and I was like, God. So this chick really ripped this thing apart.
After this, medical staff called the police and alert.
Okay, so we know that when you give birth, the umbilical cord is attached from the mom to the newborn baby. What staff is describing is the umbilical cord appeared to look like string cheese, that it was in a shredded way, separated. Not my words, medical staff description, okay? So let's move on. I don't want to really go any further than that. Something else that really was concerning and just a mindset of all involved as far as Alexee Trevizo, her possible reaction allegedly was that no one had any concern for the baby. No one asked about the baby. No one asked about the sex of the baby, which was a baby boy. In this video, they're describing it. Medical staff is describing it. I posted another video about a week or so ago, and Trevizo's father or stepfather, he did ask about the baby, but that was the only person that was showing concern. So let's hear what medical staff is saying, how it was very cold, very, very cold, how no one was asking about the baby. Let's just go and listen to it.
Do they have any comments?
No one.
Really?
I was really surprised
times, not one person asked me about the baby. If it was alive, if it was dead, if it was a boy, if it was a girl, no one asked me anything. No, she didn't ask. No, she didn't ask. The only thing she started doing was crying and started talking about she didn't know what to do. Not one.
Okay, let's just stop it here. I believe that medical staff was probably anticipating some response that appeared to be maybe tears, maybe crying, maybe concern, possibly just inquiring what happened. What was the baby, a boy or a girl? Was the baby a full-term baby? Did you see anything wrong with the baby? Just things that you would think someone would possibly ask. So the family or the people that was present, there is no showing of concern, according to medical staff. Okay. The last thing that I'm going to kind of wrap this up with is they're also saying that she lacked emotion. There was no concern for the baby, but there was no sorrow or sadness. Her concern was more about how her mother would feel and respond. Okay, so let's listen to that.
Never like this.
Right.
You know, like it was horrible.
I'm just going to tell you this. I've never, ever seen a reaction like that. I don't even know what to say about it. It was zero emotion. I don't even know what to say. I've never seen anything like it. I've seen women that are only married, or not married, but pregnant for 6 weeks and they lose that baby and they're a mess. You know what I mean? That girl went in that bathroom, made no sounds. And the baby came out. And I don't know how she functioned that way to do what she did and with no emotion. I've never seen anything like it.
And it was a pretty good sized baby. Pretty good size.
It looked turned to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was turned. I can't tell you that was, but the only thing that upsets me the most is I understand she was scared, and I think her mother had a big dynamic on her, and I understand that. I think her mother was probably pretty controlling. I don't know that. I'm just speculation. But she gave me no chance to save that baby. I had no chance. And that's not what I do. My job is to save lives. And I had no chance on that baby. She gave me no chance. And we are a facility that you can drop the baby off, no questions asked. You can just leave the baby and go. I don't care, as long as you bring the baby to a safe. We are one of those type of hospitals, so it's hard to fathom what was going on in her mind.
I agree with. I can't even get it out. I agree with everything he said. They're a hospital. They're here to save lives, to try to save lives. It's hard because we all know what doing the right thing is. We know the difference between what's right and what's wrong clearly, right? This is not a matter of not knowing the difference. The fear that this young lady felt, I was not in her shoes, I was not in her place. But I'm just imagining the level of fear to conceal the birth to conceal the pregnancy. I think that this is something that is going to follow her and her family for some time. I pray that she has sought forgiveness. It's hard because this is not a mistake. This is not even close to a mistake. You're not at home, you're in a hospital, you're in a medical facility. They have the resources to help you. They have staff that are concerned, that are there, that it's their job to help you. And unfortunately, you were not truthful, you were not forthright, you didn't take the responsibility as a young adult, as a young person, and you did something wrong. Concealing the birth and allegedly placing the newborn in the trash can is what made it criminal. It's not giving birth. It's not even giving birth in the bathroom. I pray for all involved. I do. But there has to be some weight of justice as well. Knowing and giving the facts and some mitigating circumstances that does not alleviate you, that does not release you from criminal responsibility. And as I have said before, do I want to see this person in jail for 30 years, 20 years? No. We all make mistakes. This one is a big one. It's a criminal one. It caused harm. You cannot go back and fix this. So I'm going to continue to follow the case and information as it comes out. Okay. So thanks for coming in today and checking out this video. The trial would have recently started October 2nd. So let's see what new facts come out, new information that comes out. And I want to just acknowledge the medical staff. I'm so sorry that you had to go through this experience. And I just pray that you don't have to go through this again. There is life lessons and everything. And unfortunately, this was very hard. This is very hard to deal with. So I'm praying for you guys, for your mental health. And excuse me, I'm trying to give Mrs. Trevizo some grace, sending her love, her family love, and also knowing that there is a criminal responsibility also that has to happen. So thanks for checking out this video. Remember to stay smart, stay safe, stay savvy. Enjoy these beautiful days. I don't know where this weather is coming from, but it's so hot. So get outside if you can, okay? Take care, my friends. See you soon. Check out some of my other videos. Okay, stay well. Bye, friends. Bye. Have a beautiful afternoon.